Well, it's a Friday night, and I'm probably not going to post this until Monday, but I've never done one of those Q&As or one of those videos about me. I've had one done on me before. My cousin put one together on me that was just beautiful. But I've never done one myself, expressing myself and saying how I feel. So, we'll start here. We'll start by saying that, as we both know, as we all know, my name's Keisha. I have late stage breast cancer. I'm what they would call a metaviver because it's traveled from my breast to another place. It's odd just talking about it. It's so much easier to type, and it's so much easier to just help other people when they're in need, and when they need something. It's easier to do that, but there come a time where I guess you gotta bury your soul and you gotta come clean yourself. So, I was diagnosed in July 2010, July 28th, 2010. Went to the doctor, wasn't expecting to hear breast cancer. Seems so long ago, but I don't know what I was expecting to hear, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to hear that. Bronchitis, I don't know what I was expecting to hear. But at that point of it, they told me that I was stage 4 breast cancer. They said that it was aggressive. They explained to me that in African American women, breast cancer tends to be a little bit more aggressive. I was there by myself. I'm so thankful to the lady that works at Carmano's. She still works there to this day. Her name is Miss Jackie Fountain. She works just up at the reception area because she saw that I was alone. And she saw that I needed somebody. She saw that the information was just too much for me. Well, moving forward, so they told me that, and real quick they explained to me about surgeries and chemos and all these other types of radiations and everything else, and I didn't know anything about anything. I was basically just nodding my head and shaking my head and trying hard just not to cry, just trying hard not to bust out in tears, just trying hard just to seem like I'm gathering everything, like to make it seem as though I'm keeping up. So the first chemo that they gave me, or the first 2 chemos that they gave me, were what they call clinical trials. Clinical trials because the regular chemos that they had, I wasn't, the cancer was too strong. So they had to do something more drastic. They had to move a little, it had to do something heavier. So they did these clinical trials on me that hurt like hell. It hurt like hell. First, they put a port in my chest to make sure that I could get the medicine the right way. And then they began the clinical trials right away. Right away, I mean, if I got diagnosed July 28th, I may have had a week and a half to tell my children, my mother and then my boyfriend, what was going on before I had to begin treatment. So I began the treatments, you know. And it was hard. It was hard as I look back at the clinical trials were very hard, but they did do what they were meant to do, which was they meant to slow down the cancer, slow down the growth, because I guess it was growing so rapidly that they needed to slow it down. They couldn't do the surgery at the way it was at the moment, and then we didn't even know that I was genetically connected to cancer. We just thinking that for some reason it's growing so fast for her. So after I got finished doing 2 different sets of clinical trials, I did those clinical trials all from September, from September to December. Then after I got finished with the clinical trials, they then put me on the regular chemos. And that's erythromycin and what we call Red Devil. I forget the names, but I remember them when I'm working with some of you guys. I remember them then, because if you're talking about, it's like it just got to come to mind and then you got it. They were hard. But I'm going to tell you what was the hardest. Out of all those chemos, you go to chemo Monday through Friday, right? The hardest was coming in on Saturdays and having to get that Neulasta shot. Well, the chemo takes all of your white cells because it's a poison, so it takes everything it can from you. So what they call themselves doing to stop me from getting sick very easy, because I found myself getting sick easy. So to stop me from getting sick very easy, what they would do is they would give me these Neulasta shots on every Saturday. And what that does is that just push a lot of white cells in you. But I'm telling you, it feels like your bones are exploding. It feels literally like your bones are exploding. Like exploding just right within your body. Exploding. Exploding. So we got through that. We got through all of the different chemos. I'll never forget at Christmas time, we was finishing up one chemo. And Carlita, she used to video everything for me. And, was finishing up the chemos and, just seeing what's next. Because you just don't know what's next. You still kind of feel like you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? You still kind of feel like you're going to die. You feel like that regardless. I feel like that now. No matter how upbeat I try to be, or no matter how I try to, you still feel like that on different levels, because you know that you're dealing with something that kills lots of people and have killed a lot of people that you know personally. So, But after we got through with that, they did the first surgery on me, which was a lumpectomy. They did a lumpectomy. A lumpectomy is where they don't take both your breasts. They just take from the bad breast, or the breast with the cancer in it, if you just have cancer in one breast. They take the cancer and some of the tissue around it, if they can. And they leave you with a little bit. And I remember then I used to complain, like, I got an A cup and a D cup. Oh my God, look at me. That just teaches you not to complain. That just teaches you not to complain. Because I used to actually complain about that, like how I looked and how one of my cup sizes was one size and the other size was another size. And I used to literally feel so awkward putting on clothes. After we went through that, we went on the radiation. Radiation was hard. To getting the tattoos, you get tattoos all over your body because they want to be able to pinpoint in where to go. Sit still and let this beam just hit on you for like an hour straight, sometimes 2 hours. You gotta sit in the most awkward position and let this beam just like nuke you like you in a microwave. Did that. Did that for a while. Did that for a while. People ask me, they say, how did you feel when you first got diagnosed, Keisha? What was your first feeling? And I tell you, my first feeling was denial. I went through a big denial. I just was unwilling to believe that I had breast cancer. Unwilling. I can remember when it hit me. I was in a Hill Detroit meeting, arguing, my point, debating my point with one of my sisters, you know what I'm saying? And I just said, I don't have time for this shit. I got cancer. I'll never forget that. And everybody just kind of looked. They didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to do, but it's like it was vomit that I had to get out because I was so tired of hiding it in. So tired of hiding it in. And after I went through the denial, you just kind of stay in this constant fear, and you kind of like go up and down from fear to courage, fear to courage, fear to courage, fear to courage. I thought the lumpectomy was hard, but once I found out I had the BRCA gene, the BRCA1 gene, I got that from my father's side of the family. And guess what? My father didn't even raise me. He didn't even take the time to raise me, but he gave me this. He was a nice man. He was a nice man from what I knew of him. But nonetheless, my one sister, the one sister that like would come looking for me, and like wanted me around, she died from cancer. Right after her daughter died from lupus, because I guess she just didn't have anything else to fight for, But she was really who kept me being a part of the family. Oh, I miss her. I miss Lisa. I miss her wild conversations. I'm just getting a charger. I just miss her wild conversations. I just miss her. Because I have another sister, and she's a harder nut to crack, Wait a minute, you guys. Yeah. She's a harder nut to crack, so So, we're not as close as could be. I try, but I'm an Aquarius, and I believe she's an Aquarius, so it's not in either one of our natures to try all that hard, because, I feel like I'm extra special. And I feel like I shouldn't have to try hard to make anybody love me. And maybe she feel that way. Maybe. I don't know. But nonetheless, I have other family members that passed away from cancer. I don't even know if they knew about the BRCA gene until I told them about it. I'm not even sure they knew about it. Me and my sister Lisa, we used to call ourselves the Power Port Sisters because we had the same Power Port. We took all the same medications. And, we used to just like, make light of the situation the best way we could. Just something to make light of it. Just something. But, when Lisa died, that was really, really hard. That was hard. Trying to get a good angle where the lighting is good. I also have had quite a few friends that have died. But when my friend Ebony died, Ebony Bachelor, when Ebony Bachelor died, that's when I made it a point to say that I'm not going to any more funerals. I just decided that I couldn't do it. You know, her life mirrored my life a little bit too much, if you can understand. She had 4 kids. I have 4 kids, you know. And I found myself just numbly sitting there watching her kids. I was numbly sitting there just watching her kids. And her son was definitely old enough to get it. He understood exactly what was going on. But I'm not sure that her girls were, because the 2 younger ones, they were like, you know, you could tell that they liked their dresses and that they had on, and her casket was all pink with white with pink ribbons, and it was just, you know, a lot for me. It was just a lot for me, because it made me think about my own children and, you know, what they would be going through if something like that happened to me. So I made a decision not to go to any more funerals. I kind of hate that I made that decision, because then not long after that, a friend from kindergarten, from kindergarten, Faith Tucker, she died. And you know what the funny thing is I didn't think Faith was going to die. I don't know why. I just didn't think she was going to die. I don't know why. I just thought that she was just going to be one of those people that fought for life. You know, that just fought always. But she, you know, it's hard. Cancer's hard on your body. And you can't blame nobody for being tired. Because a lot of times, you got to understand too, that a lot of times you don't just deal with just the cancer. The cancer gives you other issues. Like, you know, I've had shingles and that hurts so bad, you know, but I have Addison's disease, which means that I don't have adrenal glands, which means that I don't have fight or flight. So if a dog come, I don't know, my body don't naturally have me run or hit it. I pass out because I'm overwhelmed, because it's like I don't have a temperature gauge in my body. And then worse than that, I have what they call pseudo tumor cerebri, which is like a fake tumor in your brain, which is odd, you know, because it's a fake tumor in your brain. It's just water, they say, and I have to get it, you know, over here at the side of my neck. They drain it out every so often, but because of this BRCA gene, my doctors also worry about that one day not being fake, you know, and one day that being real. The radiation you take affects your heart, affects your heart valves. But you do all these things because you just want to be able to live now. So you don't really have time to say, well, no, let me look into something else. Let me check into something else. Because everybody I knew that checked into something else or went holistic and all of that, they died. Everybody. Ebony Bachelor included. They died, you know, when they decided to go holistic. And so, you know, it's like you be doing what you got to do for the moment, but it does give you long time issues. So, either way, I didn't go to Faith's funeral. I did go to her repast, though. I made it a point to go to her repast, even though it was some mess with the repast. I don't know. You know, people, one thing I can tell you is that when people don't have life-threatening illnesses, they bicker and worry about just the dumbest shit. They stress about the dumbest shit ever. Y'all just argue about the dumbest shit. And so I guess she had two repasses. One set of friends gave one somewhere, and another set of friends gave one somewhere else. So I just went to the one that I knew to be. I knew that, Tangi was about her business. I knew that everything that she does normally comes from her heart. So I went to that one. I didn't know too much about the other one anyway. So I just went where my heart led me because it was all a big bunch of craziness anyway. Faith definitely would not have appreciated that. Lately, I haven't been on Facebook, y'all, because I haven't had encouraging words to say. I'm dealing with loss of vision. I'm dealing with pain. I just haven't had any good words to give you, and I'm just not one of those kind of people that want to come on there and constantly give you negative. I just don't want to do that. I prefer to give you something good when it's going good and let you know everything is good and and everything is going to be okay, which everything will be okay. But I just prefer to come to you with it, not come to you and have you worried and stressing out because you don't know what's going on with Keisha because she's crying on Facebook type of mess. Being a metaviver, meaning to travel to another place besides your breast and living, that gets no attention. I guess people just expect they're going to die anyway, so let's not even talk about them. That's what I think. I know that sounds real wrong to say, but that's what I think. But you should talk about metavivers because I know lots of metavivers that are living. Sometimes longer than regular breast cancer survivors. Sometimes longer than, those that when it just transferred to somewhere else, rather. As time grew on, I had to get a double mastectomy. I think that's where I lost my smile at. Just being honest, I think that's where I lost my smile at. And I don't care how many of you tell me, like, you still here. Or that don't matter. I don't care how many times you say that to me. I still feel some kind of way because of nothing you say is going to change that from me. So don't even waste your time with it because it's not going to do much for you. When I had to get a double mastectomy to look at the scars, to see the damage that's been left, to feel the pain from I guess it's the nerve damage. To feel the constant pain. And then even, if you even just want to talk sexually, not to have nipples, which, when you about to have sex, they get erect. They're part of your sexual thing. At least they were part of my sexual thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't have that anymore. So it kind of take away from the whole experience of sex as well for you. And, the hysterectomy that they give you. That going through hot flashes, 32, 33, 34, that'll do it too. But so many areas beyond just financial. I know people make GoFundMe's and stuff because they need money. And I get it because, my credit is jack shit too because of all these doctor bills. So believe me, I get it. But there's so many other areas of life that has been so affected due to this fight. Your interpersonal skills. And if you value interpersonal relationships like I value them, having a glass of wine with a girlfriend without her looking at you saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you got to get home? Are you okay? Or how you feeling?" Just not being normal. It just fucking sucks. What I don't intend to do, though, is give up. It's Friday night and I'm sitting in the bedroom watching Netflix. Because it's just easier that way. A lot of times, it's just easier than going someplace and then getting so tired so fast that it don't even be worth the ride, or your vision is so bad that you can't drive. I'm not even 40 yet. I'm not even 40 yet. That's what I think about a lot. I'm not even 40 yet. But I won't quit fighting. I will keep fighting. I will keep advocating. I will keep teaching. I maybe even do another video or so. I will take pictures of things that I think that maybe you need to be able to see. And I'm doing this video because I said, you know what? I also wanted to do a video showing my vulnerability, because I don't want anyone to think like this is so easy that Keisha just posts pictures of her smiling and it's all great. Shit. No, it's not all great. It's all not great. It's all not great to constantly go into the hospital. They know you by name. Sorry. It's not all great to be stuck in a bed while everybody else is doing something fun and just watching it via Facebook. I've been doing that for 6 years. I've been watching y'all have fun via Facebook for 6 years. Thank you. Because you give me some laughs sometimes. Some of y'all get so drunk. But I'm going to keep fighting till I can't fight no more. And I'm going to keep moving until I can't move anymore. I just wanted to share with you guys an open video of what it's really like. I think that's it. If you have any questions, put the questions up under this video. Like whenever I post it, just pose a question and I'll answer it via video. Alright, I'm at 29 minutes. I done talked long enough. Take care. Keisha the Chemo Coach out.